Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Last time we were talking about drafts and inks. So basically your drafts and inks are very important. When you're drafting, you're kind of mapping out the story, and then of course you're going to pencil it to add in the details. When it comes down to your inks, this is what the final product should look like. I mean, all people's skills and techniques are different, but this is mine sort of thing. I use Autodesk for that, which is right here. But this is your ink. So when it's done with that, when you've done your drafting, when you've done your pencils, and you've done your ink, it's time for the fun part, which is basically adding that color in there. All right. So the flats are basically your basic colors, like the skin tone of your characters, the color of their clothes, background, stuff like that. And you want to kind of make sure that they're in separate layers. So for the flats, I use that as basically the background. So since they're in a lab, right off the bat, the floors, everything is going to be kind of like a metal-y kind of color. I haven't added any type of light or reflection yet because these are just the flats. We're not worrying about depth, we're not worrying about effects, lighting, shadow, or anything like that. We're worrying about just getting the colors in there, and then from there fine-tuning it to making it look like the actual scene you want it to look like. Alright. I added 2 more layers, and remember, when you're making your layers with the colors, you want to use the multiplying mode in this feature. And what that does is, if there's black, like this silhouette right here, the colors aren't going to intersect. So if I were to go up here and switch it to, let's say, normal, right, which is what it comes out to, you're not going to see it just yet. I'm actually showing it on the next layer because I've actually cleared out all the overlapping colors. But let's say we go to skin, get all the skin tones in there, and I were to go up here and just switch it to normal. I guess I kind of cleaned that up too, my bad. Basically the colors would overlap, and you don't want that. You don't want the colors to overlap because it looks gross and it looks not finished. But let me see if this works with that. Yeah, so it's overlapping, kind of overlaps the ink right here. You can see it already. It doesn't look right. It looks like you just threw paint on there and stuff like that, and you don't want that. Alright, I don't know what just happened, but I'm gonna control Z that. So go back up here, make sure your layers are in multiply when you're coloring. That way the inks actually come through and they're not just sitting around. Alright, so with these I use my lasso tool, and I kind of, let's go down to her because she has thicker lines. Kind of want to just trace over the black, and then of course go to edit and go into fill with foreground color, and that's it. Like, your flats are literally like the bread and butter of what you're going to be doing. Alright, I don't do any type of effects until after I've gotten all the flats in. So that's very, very important that you make sure that you have your flats all done and you're not going back, and make sure you have it separating the layers. I have the skin and clothes broken down into 2 separate layers, so that way the skin doesn't overlap the clothes and the clothes doesn't overlap the skin in terms of color. So you want to keep it very, very simple with that. And also you want to make sure that you know exactly what your character's colors look like in terms of their skin tone, what they're wearing, what kind of design their suits are having, stuff like that, because it's very important. You want to keep consistency, and I'm a fan of consistency. I'm very anal about making sure everything is consistent, going back and making sure where his goggles off or where they on in this scene, so when did he take them off, stuff like that. And of course, like with the inks, like I said before, you can go ahead and change out some things with the inks once the inks are done. That's the beauty about digital art, is that you can literally go back and fix inking without having to do the whole entire page over like old school back in the day. So these are the flats. Alright, so make sure you do all the layers separately, that way you have all your stuff together. So I hope this helps. The video is not going to be very long. I got to get back into finishing up, and then I'm going to show you guys in the next video the depth and highlight. And what the depths and highlights are basically going to entail is we're going to select a light source, probably from this computer right here, and go over like face shadows and stuff like that, highlights usually on the edge of the face, and also on the clothes and suits and stuff like that. You want to make sure those are very important when you are using those. Alright, so that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe and share this video. I'm doing a complete series on literally back and forth with comic books and how we're going to be doing that for you guys. So I will see you next time. Bye bye.